The surprising invention of Mystimation and its marvellous travels. Chapter 1, whereupon I introduce Zeman. Have you heard of the Czech filmmaker Karel Zeman? Have you heard of the filmmaking technique he pioneered, Mystimation? No? You may have heard of these directors though, and you may recognise some of these films. In this video I will tell you what Mystimation is, who created it, and who is still making it. Chapter 2, the magic image miracle of Mystimation. In 1961, Josephine Levine brought Karel Zeman's 1958 film Vanilla Zkazi to the United States, renaming it The Fabulous World of Jules Verne. The posters for the film declared it the first motion picture produced in the magic image miracle of Mystimation. While it might have been coined as a marketing gimmick, Mystimation is an apt descriptor of a style that has endured and been appropriated by many acclaimed filmmakers today. But what is Mystimation? Mystimation is a style of making animated films. The most striking visual component in The Fabulous World of Jules Verne is how it evokes Victorian line engraving illustrations. Zeman adapts a number of copperplate illustrations from the original editions of Jules Verne's 19th century Extraordinary Voyage series. To achieve this look, Zeman employs hand-drawn animation, stop-motion and cutout animation, as well as extensive matte paintings and miniatures. Even the actors are illustrated in copperplate. One sailor has white patches in the lines, places where the ink didn't print. Live-action footage of the sea and animals were filtered to add engraving lines. While one may look at The Fabulous World of Jules Verne and rightly see how unique it is visually, the techniques and attention to detail Zeman uses in it are employed throughout his body of work, and always used to adapt other visual styles. In Journey to the Beginning of Time, Zeman includes every effect and technique from Jules Verne, this time adapting Zdeněk Burian's paintings of prehistoric animals. Woolly mammoths to dinosaurs are animated using the same combination of animation styles and trick photography as Zeman used in The Fabulous World of Jules Verne. Zeman's follow-up film, The Fabulous Baron Munchausen, uses the same techniques, this time adapting Gustave Doré's 1862 Munchausen engravings. Zeman adds to his techniques, using coloured ink to create dynamic and fantastic backgrounds. His next film, A Jester's Tale, imitates Matthäus Merian's engravings found in the 17th century Topographia Germanae series. Chapter 3, an encounter with Mystimation and its wondrous effects. While Levine's posters declared The Fabulous World of Jules Verne the first Mystimation motion picture, it wasn't the first, nor was it the last. Rather than defining Mystimation as solely a recreation of Victorian copperplate engravings in animation, Zeman's style emulates and adapts artworks into film, using whichever technique at his disposal. Now you might be wondering, is Mystimation still significant? While renowned in his native Czech Republic, Zeman has not had similar, enduring recognition internationally. This can surely be attributed to the fact that all of his films were produced in the Eastern Bloc during the Cold War. Nevertheless, we can trace his influence through the evolution of Zeman-like techniques and processes. Chapter 4, a further account of the adventures of Mystimation. Many filmmakers such as Terry Gilliam, Tim Burton and Czech animator Jan Svankmajer have acknowledged the debt they owe to Zeman. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, creators of South Park, have cited their influence, stating, "Stylistically it's obvious that we're most influenced by Terry Gilliam." Gilliam has, in turn, cited Karel Zeman as a major influence through multiple works of his. There is a clear line of influence directly from the work of Karel Zeman to Trey Parker and Matt Stone, refracted through Terry Gilliam's Monty Python animations. Wes Anderson has discussed being a fan of Terry Gilliam and the Key Brothers being noted fans of Jan Svankmajer, who is a member of the generation of Czech filmmakers after Zeman. Svankmajer adopted elements of his methodology from Zeman's work. In the Wes Anderson collection, Matt Zolicites notes the visual quotes Anderson uses to reference scenes from films he's a fan of. It may be suggested that scenes from The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou include visual quotes of scenes from The Fabulous World of Jules Verne. It may also be suggested that the Europe that exists within the Grand Budapest Hotel is partly inspired by Zeman's images. Karel Zeman's Baron Munchausen had a significant impact on Terry Gilliam, stating, "He did what I'm still trying to do, which is to try and combine live action with animation." Gilliam went on to direct The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, which includes visual references to Zeman's film. Scenes from Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park visually quote scenes from Zeman's Journey to the Beginning of Time. Chapter 5, Mystimation and the Results of Great Activity. Terry Gilliam discusses references to Zeman he has included in his films.
Baron Prosil is the one that still sticks to me most, using cutouts like that and building them into multi-plane shots. And I still remember these shots pushing through. And in fact, it has been such an influence on me that when I made the Imaginarium with Dr. Parnassus, I have a scene where character goes through the mirror and he's in a world of two-dimensional things in a 3D space. And in fact, I've written a whole film that's going to be based on that process. So that's completely from Zeman. His influence on me is continual, is all I can say. I would actually like to see Zeman's film again to see if there was even more I stole from it. At the moment I can't think, but I'm sure I stole a lot.
While it may be argued that the combination of live action and animation techniques was inevitable in the history of film, Zeman's style of Mystimation specifically relates to the pursuit of adapting and evolving artworks into film. This began with adapting illustrations of books into film. However, it has developed to films adapting and evolving other films. This can be seen by the use of the giant fish from Karel Zeman's Baron Munchausen to Terry Gilliam's version. Regarding adaptation and evolution of artwork into film, Terry Gilliam has at multiple points in his work adapted the Botticelli painting The Birth of Venus. He is not in these moments just referencing or visually quoting a prior film, rather these scenes point to Gilliam as being a true Western successor to Karel Zeman in employing Mystimation to his work, and shows that Mystimation is a technique still used today.